Hey guys, it's me, Vanessa. Today I have been making a few candles. Right now, in this one, we are going to make my strawberry shortcake dessert candle. I'm fighting with these dessert candles right now at the moment, so I'm just really trying to get them. I was using these bigger ones. I'll pull it into the thing. I was using these bigger 3-wick jars, which it didn't matter what wick series I used, how many I used. The smallest of all of the series, I was coming up with the same problem where it was struggling to stay lit at the beginning, and then towards the middle and the end it was running super hot and the vessel was just getting way too hot to handle. So I made a new one. This one's a double wick. It's struggling right now. It had a piece of ice cream cone right in the middle, or ice cream scoop right in the middle. That's what all this extra white wax is around the side. It finally melted, but now it's just struggling to stay lit. I'm almost thinking about just giving up on these jars right here just because they're outsmarting me. I do other candles. These are the ones that I did yesterday, poured. These are test ones. So I can burn them and see how they do. But I got a ruby red grapefruit. I have a coconut lime. This is one of my favorite scents. I have a cotton candy. I did the swirl technique on it, and I'm not sure. I don't know if I like that. I may just go with a solid color. I have my wax over here heating up to make sure I bring it up to the correct temperature. I also did this one. It's called Carnival Sweets. So this has a scent that is supposed to remind you of you walking down the fair or a carnival and smelling all the yummy things that are out in the air, all the baked goods and whatnot. So that's what that's supposed to be part of, or remind you of. I'm going to do a strawberry shortcake one. I'm going to show you the whipped wax technique. This is one that I did earlier today. This is going to be part of my winter line. So this one is a cranberry and clove, and I did the wax flour in bed, and then I also did the whipped wax on top of it. So you'll get to see me do that, and it's actually really pretty easy once you get it. I've seen a lot of people struggle doing whipped wax, and to be honest, from the first time, I don't know if it was just pure luck or what, but I nailed the whipped wax on my first time. And so I've never had a problem with it. I did do this same candle in 2 wicks a few months ago, but it was overwicked. And now that I have the wax flour on top, I wanted to do a single wick so that I could center that, because when I did the 2 wicks last time, I put the 2 wicks on the outside of the flour, so the wicks were too close to the outside diameter and wasn't really getting the inside. And then when it went down, it was super hot. So trying the 1 wick with this, we'll see how this goes. Like I said, everything right here is just testers. I already have I have 10 candles on my website right now, and that's at meltonmama.com. I have 6 of my regular line. There's a couple men's fragrances. I have a woman's fragrance. I have a sugar cookie. I have a eucalyptus and spearmint. They all have different names on them, but when you click on to the picture of the candle, it will give you a description of the scent notes that are on it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm gonna weigh out my fragrance oil. Okay. And then I'm gonna make sure this wax is up to temp. The wax needs to be a minimum of 185. That's when the wax molecules fully open up so that it can properly bind with the fragrance oil. That's what gives you your hot throw and your cold throw. Cold throw is the scent when the candle is not burning. Essentially, that's what gets you to buy the candle. And then the hot throw is the scent that gives off when the candle is burning. And if you have properly binded your fragrance oil into your wax, then you'll have a good hot throw. I mean, there's other factors that can help, that can go into not having a good hot throw, but that is the main one, is just making sure that your wax is hot enough to properly combine with the fragrance oil. And I go anywhere from about 185 to 200. We're at 201 right now, and I'm just going to stir it a little bit and get this to come down a little bit. Then I'll add my fragrance oil in. I'm going to go for red. We'll do red at the bottom, and then we'll do white frosting. And then I also have couple strawberries, just embeds. I played around and was just making some just for testing purposes. So, and then I have my crumble right here, which I make all of myself also. That stuff is actually really easy to do. If you guys want to see a video on how that is done, I can absolutely do that. But okay, so we're down below 200, so I will add this in. I have been working on these dessert candles for the last 4.5 months. They are just not cooperating. I'm not getting it, so I think that's why I'm just going to do them in the one container that I use for all my other candles. I've had really good wicking. I've been able to wick the normal candles quite easily. All of the candles take the same wick, except for probably 2 or 3, and that's because of the viscosity and of the fragrance oil. Heavier fragrance oils, they will require a bigger wick, and then anything that has like a real heavy notes like cinnamon, vanilla, those are real heavy oils. Those will also require a bigger wick. At least that's what I found in my experience making these. So now I'm literally just stirring this in, and I'm going to wait to pour this until it gets down to about 140 to 150. And a couple of reasons for that. One, the cooler you pour, the better glass adhesion you will have in your vessel when it starts to cool and solidify. 2, the cooler you pour, you have less chance of getting sinkholes around the wicks and or air pockets. And the air pockets, they just end up giving you, it could end up making your flame go out. Once that flame hits that pocket, then there's no fuel to go up the wick and fuel the fire. So it essentially will just burn itself out. So I tend to pour a little bit cooler for the glass adhesion, but then also to help with any of the sinkholes and whatnot. And I use a parasoy mix, so it's a blend of paraffin and soy. It's a bit harder. I was using soy, and because I use colors, soy has a natural characteristic to frost, so you end up looking like having like white patches, you know, on the top or on the sides, and I didn't like the way that looked. It wasn't what I wanted for my finished candle to look like. So I switched to a Parasoy blend. I use a Parasoy blend for my wax melts as well. I also do wax melts. That's where I started out, was doing wax melts. And then I just kind of branched out into candles because I really wanted to do the dessert candles. Had I known that they would be kicking my butt the way they are, I might have thought differently. Probably not, but that's the end goal, is to get these dessert candles, because you know there's not a lot of places or a lot of people that offer these, and I'm in an area where I haven't seen many people at all do dessert candles or dessert inspired wax melts like I do. They'll do candles and wax melts in clamshells, you know, like this. But when I do, hold on, I'll show you some of my things. So while that's cooling down, I'll just show you some of the things that I've done. So I do dessert inspired. So I have blueberry cheesecake wax melts, which, you know, those are pretty fun to make. Those are one of my best sellers. And then I have cinnamon sugar donuts. And yes, that is real cinnamon sugar on the outside. This is a scent that is, it's the cinnamon sugar churro. So if you like the churro scent, this is what this is. And I put one of these in my melter at noon, or not noon, 8 a.m. one morning, because I knew I was going to spend all day in here and I needed to test it out anyway. I put one of these in the melter at 8 a.m. and when I finally finished getting done doing everything I needed to do at 8 p.m., I was still smelling these. So these are quite potent and they last a long time. These were kind of just a throw together idea that I had, but fruity Rice Krispie treats, that's essentially what they are. It's a marshmallow and fruit flavor, so I mean, you get the cute little colors on there. Makes it look like the fruity Rice Krispie treats. I do blueberry waffles. I used to do a different kind. I would actually take a waffle and I would attach, you know, blueberries right to the top of it like this, and then I would put a limoncello glaze over the top, so it was literally just one little melt like this. It's a little more time consuming to do, so I did it this way for now, but everybody's telling me to go back to the other way, so once these sell out, I will go back to that other way. These ones I did a few months ago. These are just the strawberry shortcake candle, just in a wax melt, and with the crumble and then the icing on top. So I do those. I'll get a couple other things and show you. I did these ones the other day. These were kind of a idea, play around type of thing, but I did the frosted sugar donuts. So this is your birthday cake donut scent, but then it has the pink glaze is a buttercream frosting, and those are real edible sprinkles. Don't eat the rest of it, but the sprinkles are edible. Just making it look real and whatnot, because my focus for a lot of my wax melts is, you know, dessert inspired. I want them to look good. My son came up with this mix the other day. These are our version of marshmallow peeps, I guess you could say. We're just calling it the marshmallow Easter mix, and it is just a marshmallow scent, and he made these the other day. He's my research and development guy. He will come up with the ideas and scents and type of thing. And then I'm the one that puts them into action and does it. But he actually wanted to do some the other day, so that's what he did. Let's see, what else? Okay, so, and then this is, you know, red, white, and blue stars. So if you're familiar with the Bomb Pop, the red, white, and blue popsicle, this is exactly what that is. Each scent in here, the red, white, and blue, are different scents. The blue is blue raspberry. The red is a, I think it's fruit punch. No, it's a cherry. And then the white is a lemonade. And so to get the full effect, you burn all of these together. And it smells just like those Bomb Pops, you guys. It's amazing. He came up with that one as well. I did these a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago, little daisies, and this is scented in coconut colada. So, I mean, I know coconut's kind of a mild scent, but you get the colada scent to it as well. I did these. These are called, I call these fruit snacks. I actually had a lady come up to my table because I have the lids off of everything when I do markets. And she came up to me and said her child is allergic to red dye number 5 and wanted to know if any of my candies or treats had red dye in them. And I said, these are all wax melts. She was dumb. She was floored. She's like, oh my God, they look good enough to eat. I thought they were candy. I said, yeah, I get that a lot. But that's the goal too, is I want it to look like, you know, something that you can eat, but obviously you can't. But when you look at it, you would obviously know what that scent is right off the bat. And so that's my goal. All right, so now I'm just going to put some red in here. We're still about 10 degrees from where I want to be on pouring this. But I'm going to put some dye in here. Get this color changed. And I'm sorry you can't see the dye, but you will once I pour it. It's essentially just red dye. I'm gonna have red at the bottom. It'll probably be more redder than I wanted it, but that's okay. And then once I get this poured, then I will probably do a part 2, because once I get this poured, it'll take some time to set up. And then once it starts setting up, then I'll come back and do like a part 2, and I'll put on the crumble. I'll put on the little strawberries, and I'll show you how to do the whipped wax. So that'll be in a part 2 video. But right now, this is just the base of the candle. I also use gel wax, as you can see in these. That's what that blue syrup look is gel wax. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do the gel wax on the strawberry shortcake one. This time I have done the last 5 candles. I have done the gel wax on the strawberry shortcake one. But I haven't decided whether I'm going to do that right now, because not all fragrance oils are gel wax compatible. And so I usually just use it for decorative purposes, so I don't even scent the gel wax. But I feel like the strawberry shortcake candle, I've had to use quite a bit of it for it to actually look decent. But then after that, once it seals around the top, or the crumble, it seals that scent in, so you don't have a lot of that scent, so it masks it. So I haven't decided whether I'm going to use the gel wax on this candle or not. Right now, this is just kind of, I'm just trying to wrap my head around these ones, honestly. I know I'll get it. It's just, it's a lot of time, patience, a lot of patience, and then just I've had a lot of wasted products going with trying to get these dessert candles. Because every time you change something in a candle, wax, wick, coloring, no coloring, fragrance oil, higher or lower, I mean anything, you have to retest. And you have to test a vessel and the candle the exact same way as you would actually sell it. So I have to make each and every candle the way I would sell it. And I have to test it that way. So if it doesn't work, then that candle is garbage. It's, you know, scrapped. And that's money down the drain. I have probably went through about 65 to 70 pounds of wax just doing dessert candle testing. So that's quite a bit of product and money. You know, that's not counting the fragrance oil that went into it. That's not counting the wicks. That's just the wax itself. Don't mind me. It is a lazy day today. So I have a market this weekend. I'm pretty stocked up on most of my things. I did make some of my, some more of my spring line candles to add to my market. And if you guys are interested in seeing everything that I have to offer, you know, you want to follow me. My Facebook is Meltin Mama, MELTINMAMA. You can like and follow my page. You know, I often post there about stuff I'm working on, what I've completed, what my day might be like. I mean, just, you know, whatever. And then I also have a website that you can order products on too. That is meltinmama.com. Remember, no G at the end. It's not melting, it's Meltin. And I have a lot of my products there as well. I'm always looking for new and cool ideas for the next set of, you know, like dessert inspired melts and whatnot. Hi, Pitty Man. And there's my dog in the background. Hi, Lumpy boy. What you doing? You want a good man? And his name is Koa. He is a boxer pit. Yeah, you're a good man. And then the one behind her is Angel. And she is a full boxer. So now I'm just going to pour this in here. I'll let this set up. And then, like I said, I will be back for a second. Yeah, see, I overfilled that one. But it's all right. We just won't put as much whip on the top of this one. I was more or less trying to go with this, but that filled up pretty fast. Let's see if I can save this. I think I'm going to pour some of this out because that'll work. That will work. And then I'll just put that off to the side. I will put my things back in here. Okay. Now, I'll be back for a part 2, and we will do the whipped wax and put everything together. All right? See you later.